Hey, Tony here, Random Adventures 2.0. What are we doing and where are we at? Well, what we're doing, we're going hammock camping. You can see I got my backpack back there. So we're going into the woods, right? So where are we at? Well, we're in the car, as you can see, but we're not staying here. All right. Well, if you're ready to go on this random adventure, it's cold. It's cold. See, I got my knit hat on. All right. Well, we got to cue that music and get this day started. Well, it's almost over, so it's gonna get dark soon. All right, well, cue the music. Ah, there it is. All right, let's get going. All right, so we made it. I think I found our spot. I'm looking at this tree here, just the distance from this one to that very big one right over there. I think those are gonna be the two trees we're gonna use. Well, I gotta get my backpack off and let's get set up. Yeah, this looks like a great spot. Yeah, so I'm just gonna set the trekking poles down here and then we're gonna get our backpack taken off. Well, it was actually raining pretty good. It was a little rough for the last couple of days, so everything's wet. Oh, I'll get this clipped off. There we go. And the bottom. And then we're just going to throw it down over on the side here. Yeah, and then we'll start working on getting our, well, we're going to set our, it's calling for a little bit of rain, but I don't think it's going to rain that hard, but I still want to put the tarp up. So that's probably first thing we're going to do. Yeah, so I don't have the ONEWIND tarp. I'm going to use the onetigris tarp, which I have in the snake skin. So I'm going to get that strung out, and I think we are going to use this tree right over here. And that way we've got, that's a pretty good distance. It's not too far apart, but one of the nice things with this snake skin is I can, if I wasn't going to deploy the tarp, I wouldn't actually have to. So yeah, that's a nice little distance there. All right, so let me get this strung up and I will bring you back in a second. Well, go ahead and watch me do this. There you go. So I like to walk around the tree rather than trying to reach around it, because sometimes they're a little wide and you can't really reach around them. So I like to walk around them and then bring my line back across. That way I'm not stretching my arms around there. Yeah, and then just give this little wasp here a hook. A twist. There we go. And then I want to pull and get it nice and tight. It's looking good. There we go. I might want to get that up just a little higher. Let me lock it in place quick and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think I want it up just a little bit higher so it's not sitting on my head. Yeah, let me get that up, work that up a little higher, and I'll bring you back. Right now, I think that's a good height right there. So we're gonna go ahead and peel back the snake skin and get our tarp deployed. Like I said, I think we're gonna go ahead and use it. It's 77% humidity today, which that's a lot of humidity. And you know, when you got that much humidity, it makes it rough. So you get wake up with everything damp. But we're gonna go ahead and get this strung out, and that's the way it's going to be. So just going to give my Persic knot a little tighten there, and I like to throw my tarp back over the ridge line because I've got it on top here with these lines going through here, these little straps. So there we've got it. Make sure everything looks good. Yeah, it does. All right. So I got to run all these guy lines out. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. So I got our one side of the tarp up. I've got to get this side out, but I'm thinking of going more out rather than down. Let me see. Because I'd like to have a view that way, which is pretty nice. So let me figure that out and then I'll bring you back. All right, so what I decided to do is to use my trekking poles. I'm gonna do the porch mode, so I've got it sloped down on that side, and I'm just extending my trekking poles out as far as they will go, and then I am setting them up and going with the top of the trekking pole, running a ridge line or the guy line down to a stake in the ground. That way it gives me a nice view out across the woods. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. All right, I gotta get this other side done. Man, it's getting late. So we've got it all set up. So that's our tarp now. I should have put it up just an inch or more taller, but I think this is good enough. Yeah, because when I'm laying in the hammock, I can still see out real good. So that's going to be good. So next thing, I got to get the hammock set up. All right. So I do have our hammock and underquilt in this dry bag here. Oh, I've got the, well, I'll show you that later. So, yeah, getting excited. I've got that ONEWIND camping blanket tonight. So that's what we're going to be using, the camping blanket. But I got to get these straps hooked up around the tree. So I think I can go, this is the longer side. So I'm going to put this one around first. And I want to go around this way because I want my strap coming off this side of the tree. Because if it was coming off that side of the tree, it would be offset. I want to try to get it in as much in line with the ridge line as possible. All right, so let me run this around the tree. I got to get some more slack out. Okay, give that strap a pull, adjust it. I think we're good on both ends. Yeah, oh yeah, we're about 1.5 feet under the tarp on this end, and we're about 1 foot on that side, so this is good. So I've got my dry bag. I'm just gonna set that down right there, and I'm gonna give this a sit and see how it feels. I think that's really good. So the ridge line isn't extremely tight. You want a little bit of flex in it, and we've got that. Ooh, I could lay like this for most of the evening. Oh, get my... So a lot of people say they don't like hammocks, and that's because they have never set it up right. So I wasn't sure. The first time I slept in a hammock, I wasn't really that sure about it. But after learning a little bit more of how to set it up, boy, you can really lay flat. So I'm flat. My leg's not in, but if I put my, then you won't see me. But like I say, on a clock I lay 10-4. So from 12 o'clock, my head's at 10. My feet are at no, my head's at 2, and my feet are at 7. Yeah, that's the way I'm laying. Yeah, I can lay here all night. Oh, this is comfortable. But I gotta get going. We're losing light fast. It looks lighter in the camera than it is now, but it sunsets at 4:30. And it's 4 o'clock. So I've got my light though, but I don't like doing a whole lot with light, but hey, we're gonna have to, right? All right, let's keep going. So I do have my stool. I've got my table. Let me look in here. Yep, so here's our Trexology table. Then we got our stool, so we'll get those set up. Oh, but there's my camping blanket. And underneath of that is all of my cooking stuff. So what are we having for dinner? Well, I forget. Oh, no, I remember. All right. Well, let me get things rounded up here. I'll get set up and then we'll start cooking. Because this is just sloping down a little bit, I've got a tree that's right across from me here. So I'm just going to run a quick line right over to that. That way I can get it up higher in the middle and have a little bit better of a view. So let me get that tied up. All right. And I'm thinking, well, I can go pretty high with it. That way, if it does rain, I do have a slope on both sides and it won't puddle in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tied up, and then I've got to get my table set up yet. Just slide it up. That's good. Oh, that'll be perfect. All right, slopes both ways and I don't really hit my head on here. Perfect. Yeah, so that's our view that we're gonna see right behind me here, but I wanted to just show you, we got camp all set up. It's gonna get dark, like I said, very soon, but I've got the stool. I've got also the Trexology table. That's what we're gonna cook on. I gotta pull my book, my backpack under here and get my gear under. But this is the camping blanket. You can see I threw it over top of the ridge line because I wanted you to see how big this thing is. This thing is huge. So it's 80 inches by 50. And you can see it's just hanging on the ridge line there, and it's a black underside. I figured I'd just let it there until I'm ready to go to bed, kind of just hang out there. But look at this view. So this is me looking straight out from underneath the hammock. All right, you can hear traffic noise. We're not too far away from a road. That's a busy road. Yeah, it is. All right, so it's gonna get very dark very soon, so let me get stuff on the Trexology table and I'll talk to you in a minute. What are we having for dinner? So I found these at Walmart, these Bean Vivo Organics Smoky Barbecue Beans, and I got some jalapeno hot dogs, jalapeno cheese hot dogs, and I've got our fire maple pot that we're gonna cook that in, and I've also got the fire maple burner right here, and we're gonna go ahead and get that out of its case and get cooking. Yeah, so I've never done baked beans in the woods before. So if you've watched all of my videos, I have never done that. Alpine Warrior said, hey, you ought to do baked beans sometime. So I didn't want to just do regular old baked beans. Not that they're not good, but I don't know. The can, I wanted to find something in a bag where I didn't have to deal with the can. This is that fire maple. You guys have seen this before, but this is the part that we're going to cook on. We're not going to use this pot here. We're going to use our fire maple pot right down there. But yeah, I didn't want to deal with the can, trying to open a can, then I got to pack the can out and all that stuff. Just makes for trash. And then I found these in a bag. Oh, there's another kind too. I forget what the other kind is, but I grabbed the Smoky Barbecue pinto beans. So that's what we're having. So yep. So there's the our little fuel source, and we're gonna hook this up, get that fire going, because we need to get moving. Yeah. Oh, that's that little knife that George gave me. It's got that carabiner. I just took it off my backpack. So that's what we're going to cut our hot dogs up with. All right. Well, bunch of stuff to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up all the hot dogs, and I'm just going to get them in the pot first, because what I want to do is I want to saute those or get them a little brown before I throw the beans on them. Oh, look at that jalapeno cheese in there. Yeah, so I've got 3 hot dogs. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do them all. We'll see. So we got all of our, I put all 3 of them in there. So we're going to go ahead and saute those up. And, ooh, they're starting to sizzle already. Yeah, this isn't going to take long at all. Ooh, look at them sizzling in there. Then we'll get our beans. I'm probably going to turn that down because I just want a low heat on these. I don't need them that cranking. Yeah. So we got our hot dog slices all sauteed up. Keeping that on the burner. Let's go ahead and add our beans. Oh, I think these are going to be really delicious. I'm going to stick the lid on for just a minute, let them keep their heat, and I think we'll be ready to eat in about 2 or 3 minutes. Oh yeah, I think that's it done. I'm going to turn this burner off or reach around. It's on the opposite side, and I'm turning it way up like I always do. Oh, I'm starting to get hard to see. I'm going to have to get my light out soon. But look at that. There we go. Ooh, how's it going to taste? I'm going to give it its first bite, but let me show you a big old spoonful. Very simple. Just, we're not cooking anything elaborate, but it's going to be maybe elaborate tasting. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's good. What is that? Smoky barbecue beans. I can actually, they taste smoky. Yeah, they do. Huh. Not real barbecue-y though. Nope. You know, for the name, barbecue, you'd think you'd taste barbecue. I don't taste any barbecue. Maybe you would, but I don't. Maybe it's because of the jalapeno in the hot dogs. So these were, I think, ballpark jalapeno hot dogs. I didn't get a picture of them. I just grabbed 3 and stuck it in that reusable Ziploc bag. I figured I only had 2 in there first, and I thought, no, I better take 3. And you know what? I cut all 3 up. And we're eating all 3. That's good eating in the woods. Oh, that's really good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish eating that. And then I think I got to get a light on just so you can keep seeing me. Oh, but my hands are getting cold. I'm going to have to break something out here in a little bit, and I'll show you what that is. Ooh, it's getting darker. I got the big light on, but let me show you. I got everything cleaned up and put away, so I got the pot all folded back up, but I got our burner still out because we had something one time, and I've only had it once. I've only made it once, and I know a lot of you guys like the Louisiana crunch cake, but we're going to do something in our other fire maple non-stick pan. That's the non-stick one there, but I made something, and several people have tried it, and they said it's amazing. So we're going to do a Butterfinger with marshmallows and a wrap. And so we're going to put them in the wrap them up, and then we're going to toast them on our pan and then eat them like hot lava. Well, hopefully not. We don't want to burn our tongue. Nope. All right. But it's way too early to do that yet. It's, like I said, the sun's just gone down, and my thumb's cold. So when I did that Thanksgiving camp, you can see my thumb's swollen on this right side. That's my stroke side anyhow. But it gets cold a lot quicker, but with it being injured, it gets really chilly quick. But so I've got gloves. I'm going to put them on, but I got hand warmers. So I was sent yesterday a hand warmers, or not yesterday, but for Mail Monday, I was sent hand warmers, body warmers, so I'm going to break those out in a little bit. They come from Jake and Drew, the Oregon boy, and his wife, Drew. So, yes, that's what we're going to do. But until then, we're just going to hang out. All right. Oh, it's getting cold. I got my gloves on, my fingers are froze. I did grab the hot hands. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. But after we cook dessert, so you can see I was working around the camp a little bit. It's dark. I've got a light right up there, so we do have some light. I got my headlamp on. And one of the things that I did grab is I grabbed my wool scarf. Alpine Warrior gave me that some time back, and I've never worn it, but I've got it on tonight because just the moisture that's in the air. Like I said, it's 77% humidity, and that's a lot of moisture in the air. One nice thing with these gloves, these Mary and Johnny D. Torres had sent me these, they're mittens as well. So I have them on. The thumbs you can pop out and the fingers. I've got them on trying to get my hands a little warmer because I gotta make dessert. And like I said, what we're having is we're having the Butterfinger, like I said, the marshmallows and the wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and get that fixed up. I gotta get the burner lit. And like I said, we're gonna use our fire maple, this is a non-stick skillet. The pots and pans that I use, they're not non-stick. And when I was doing the hot dogs, I noticed it was starting to burn a little bit on the bottom, but once I added the baked beans and I had the heat going still, even though it crusted up on the bottom a little bit, I thought, oh my goodness, this is gonna be terrible to clean. No, as I was mixing it around while I was eating it, everything was coming off the bottom. So I think they're gonna be great. They cleaned up just perfectly. So yeah, who's getting hungry for dessert? I am. All right, well, let me go ahead and point you down here and I'll make those 2.0 Butterfinger marshmallow wraps. We got our tortilla wraps right here, and that's what we're gonna use to make our wraps with, but you're gonna take one Butterfinger. Now this is the two-piece one. I was gonna try it with the minis, but I think I'm gonna go with this big one here again. I think that worked out pretty good. So we're gonna place that in there, and then we're gonna grab some marshmallows. I've been eating them. This was full a minute ago. So we're just gonna stick a couple of those on there, get them in a line going down. And then we just wanna fold it like a tortilla, like a wrap. So I always pull the sides in. I mean, this is how I do it. And then I just grab my thumbs, pull them in, and then start to roll it. Oh, my hands are cold, they're not moving. Oh, there you go. And then just give it a wrap. I keep tucking these in on the ends, make sure it's all nice and tight. There we go. There you have it. So now I'm just gonna make one right now, and then we'll get our pan heated up. And if I want another one, maybe I'll have another one, but I'm still full from that, those baked beans with them hot dogs. 3 hot dogs I had. All right, let me get the burner fired up. All right, so I've got to just set on this reusable Ziploc pan, but I'm on a slight hill, so I'm gonna have to hold on to this pan. So we're gonna let that heat up. We're gonna stick it right in the center. I should be doing it with my other hand so you can see it cooking. But like I said, I am gonna have to hold on to this because it slides around. I'm getting my hands warm on from the burner. Yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, oh, I gotta make sure this isn't gonna burn. Oh, we're getting toasty. Toasty, so I'm gonna flip it. And you can see it getting a little toasty on the one side. So we want to let it on there, and what the object is to get the tortilla shell crunchy. So, like I said, I just slide it around inside the pan. I'm using my hand because my hand's cold, but that tortilla shell is was stiff because it was so cold. So I'm surprised I got it to wrap around the Butterfinger. Yeah, she's getting done. Yeah, she is. That's looking good. Yep, I'm thinking that's done. Oh, I always turn that the wrong way. And it goes, gives all the juice. You can see my breath. Very, very chilly. But being around that hot burner is a good thing in this hot pan. Oh, that hot pan's hot. Oh, set that on my lap. No, don't want to do that. So there we have it. There's our, oh, this is, I can feel it's melted inside. When you squeeze it, you can feel the goo in there. Now, I did try it with a Snickers bar at home just to see, is it gonna work or not? And I didn't care for it. The Snicker bar, it just wasn't good. And I like Snickers, but it wasn't very good. Nope. But the Butterfinger, that's the deal. All right, so I'm gonna turn my pan upside down on that burner. All right, there you have it. There it is. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Right? Yep. All right. Well, don't do a flyby. I'm stalling because I know it's going to be very hot and I don't want to bite it yet. But the nougat inside of the Butterfinger does not melt. I don't think. I've never had it on long enough to know if it melts. May it melts a little bit, but not much. All right, here we go. First bite. It doesn't melt on the inside. The nougat part doesn't melt. You can hear it crunching. But the chocolate's melted, the marshmallow's melted. You can see all the marshmallows in the line right there. Oh, I just pushed on it. Oh, that's good. Yum. All right. So we know from the past, it's got the 2.0 approval. And I am going to reconfirm that. You got to try it. I know the Louisiana pineapple upside down cake, amazing. But this is amazing as well. You've got to try it. You do. It's very simple. I'm probably not going to eat the second one tonight, but because I'm full, but very tempting. Yep. Man, it's dark out. And you can just see my trekking pole right here. Trekking pole right there. I'm going to shine you down this way so you can see, but my light's casting out a little bit, but I'm not going to edit this in. I'm just going to show you. Oh, you're seeing me. So this is me. This is the hammock. We're under the tarp, but I'm going to switch you around so you can see out what I'm seeing, all right? Let me just switch you around. There you go. So that tree right there is on the outside of the hammock. That's the one we're tied to for it to be high, but look out there. Oh, it's dark. Very dark. Very, very, very dark. And there's our other corner with our trekking pole. Yeah. Very cool. And look at the base of that tree with the moss on it. That's beautiful. Yep. That makes it all worth being out here. Certainly does. Yeah, I've just been sitting here in the dark. I got those hand warmers out. I got them out about 2 minutes ago. But here they are. But I've been sitting here for quite a while. I got camp all cleaned up. That's what's really important that I found, is when you're camping, when you get something out and you use it, clean it, put it away. So I use the dry bag, right? So that I had my quilt, under quilt, and top quilt in. I just put everything in there for right now. As I use it, that way I know exactly where it's at. So, are these warming up? They're starting to. They're air activated, so I'm trying to. Oh yeah, they're definitely starting. So I'll get them tucked in my the mitten part of the gloves. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you. I got this light, so I'm going to turn it off so you can see what I'm sitting in. Yep, that's me sitting in the dark. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, look at the light. I got my green light on, but if I cover that, this is where we're at. This is how dark it is. This is a very, very dark in the woods, but it's very nice too. Very comfortable. Let's see if I can get my light turned back on. Oh, come on. Yeah. So with battery banks and stuff, a lot of times you gotta, if you use, what I found is once you turn something off, you gotta unplug it, then plug it back in, and then turn it back on, then it works. But this one's dimmable. Oh, dim. So I'll probably keep it there, and I can go a little yellow, off colored. There we go. So like I said, I'm gonna keep sitting here, hanging out for a little bit longer, and then I think I'm gonna crawl into bed. Yeah, what's really crazy is in the winter, so we're in December now, but in the winter, it gets dark so early. Like I said, it got dark at 4:38, I believe. And sunrise isn't until like 7 in the morning, 7 something in the morning. So you got all that length of time at night. So right now it's about maybe 9 o'clock last time I looked. Oh, there goes our light. But it's 9 o'clock. I don't know if that'll come back on. We'll try. I gotta unplug it and plug it back in. Yep. So I got 3 battery bank lights. But I think when I turn it down too low, it's almost like a timer and it times out. That's happened to me multiple times. Yep. But I am gonna check on our hand warmers. Yeah. So definitely going in the gloves. That may go in my pockets. I do have that body warmer that you stick on. It sticks on your clothes underneath your layers and then stays warm. I've got my puffy jacket in the hammock itself. It's already in there and it's kind of staying warm. But yeah, we're going to sit here for a little bit longer. So I'm going to go back in the dark. All right. Talk to you soon. Yeah, I walked away from camp. Before I crawl into the hammock for the night, I wanted to show you what it looks like. I'm not way, but I'm out away from it. I've got the light on underneath of there. I don't have my headlamp on right now because I don't want to get that in the shot. But I'm going to get you around here and let's walk over to it. But yeah, that's a nice camping spot. I'll get my headlamp. There we go. Okay, I got my headlamp. All right, now I can see where I'm walking. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Now I see it better. But I got those guy lines, or reflective guy lines. I don't know if you probably won't be able to see it in the camera, but they're coming off wherever I tied off at, wherever those guy lines are. They're reflective. So they're black, but when the light hits them from my headlamp, they shine, reflect back to you, so you know not to step on it. But let's walk around this side. Yeah, and this is our home for tonight. Yeah. Oh, doesn't that look cool? Yeah, it does. So you can see I've got my That's that light. I've just got it hung up on there so we could see back to where we're going, but we got the headlamp. So I'm going to turn this off and then get back underneath it here. All right. All right. I'll talk to you once I climb in the hammock. So, there we have it. I'm getting top quilt, or the camping blanket is what it's called. This is that ONEWIND camping blanket that I just did the review on, that I had in the, can't see me, yeah, that we had in the car. That light's shaking. And I'm rocking. This is nice. That's what's good about a hammock, is it just sways back and forth, rocks you to sleep. Yeah. So the under quilt is right here. So I got that, it's up high enough. Top quilt, or the camping blanket, right here. And I ended up putting the hand warmers. You can see they're not in the mitten part. They're actually in the palm of my hand, in the glove. I slid them in there so when I squeeze my hands, I can feel it real good. And the heat's running out towards my fingers, taking the blood out to my fingers and keeping it like that. Get better situated here so I can see. Like I said, that's flashing, that swings. That's a magnetic ring by Olight Bulb. It's a way that you can put it on your ridge line and have it there, so I can reach up and pull it off of that magnet and then I can hold it in my hand wherever. But this is what we're going to be like all night long. And man, so far it's been a great camp. I can't wait to get up in the morning and have a cup of coffee. Because you know what, my other top quilt that I do have, my top quilt that I normally use, now the poncho is like this, the Honcho Poncho by Thermarest. But you can tell a good camping blanket by the heat that you feel radiating back towards you. And my legs are getting warm just being underneath this, because I can feel the heat coming back down to my legs. Oh, this is gonna be cozy tonight. All right, well, I am going to say goodnight. I got to turn off my green light, which I'll do that after I turn off the Olight Bulb, but I'm going to get it stuck back up there on that magnet. That way we're hands-free. All right, well, I will see you in the morning, and you have a great night. Good night. Lights out. I got to turn them out, though. There we go. Lights out. Good night. All right, guys, I just woke up a little bit and just thought I'd check in. I'm doing real good. This camping blanket here is working out perfect. Not really cold at all. Yeah, and I got those, like I said, those hand warmers in the gloves, which is being perfect. They're still going. I think they said 10 hours on those things, so it's been a couple hours already in there. Feel just as warm as they did when I stuck them in there. All right. Well, I am going back to bed, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Yeah, it's about 5:15. I was doing a time lapse, but I heard rain hitting the tarp, so I had to pull it back in here under the tarp. I don't know if I'm going to get a time lapse, but it's dark out still. Yeah, I'm going to climb back in the hammock and get under the covers. Ooh, so far it's going good though. But it's not good standing out here. Ooh, brr. All right, I'm gonna see if I can set a time lapse up under the tarp. Yeah. So, good morning. I I am glad we put this tarp up. I wasn't going to. I was just going to leave it in a snake skin and leave it strung across, but it's a good thing we deployed it because about, what was that, 5:15 or something like that. I woke up, I heard rain. I was doing a time lapse outside of from underneath the tarp. I had to go get it and get it reset up and stuff. And it rained off and on for most of the morning. It's about 8:18 right now, so it is getting late. But I was up to get the camera back set up and stuff, and climbed back in here and slept for about another half an hour. But now I'm up. But I did get something out of the backpack, and it is a Foster can. Not that I'm having a beer this morning. This is comes from Dennis. Dennis made this Foster can. There's a coffee in here. So we're gonna use this to heat up water. You see, he's put this really nice, really nice. Keep your hands from getting hot. You can pick it up right there. And then we've got our alcohol for our alcohol stove. So he sent me this. And then this here is a little alcohol stove. Now this one comes from Corner. Corner mailed me this. He's hiked the Appalachian Trail, and he used this on the Appalachian Trail, and he sent this one to me. So I am going to use this. I've never used this one yet. It's a real honor to have this, knowing that he used it on the Appalachian Trail. But for now, I'm going to lay back down and go to sleep a little bit longer. All right. When I get up, I'll fix that. All right. I'm going to lay here for a little bit longer. Hopefully that sun comes out. I don't think it's going to, though. Oh, our tarp's wet. Yeah, so I'm not going to get, I'm not going to get out of bed. I'm just going to heat up my water like this. Stay in the hammock. Oh, that should be enough for a cup. Maybe a little more. Yeah. Well, we're going to see if we can do it like this. I'm not sure yet. So, I've never just laid in the hammock and made stuff, especially alcohol stove. But we're going to give it a try. So this is the alcohol stove here. This is the fuel for it. Get this open, not just unscrew it. It's got a little flip tab on it. Let's pour that in there. That should be good. That should be good. Yeah. So what are we having? We're having when I was out with Big Dog, he had given me a Starbucks coffee, and I had that Starbucks coffee. I had one, but he had given me two, and I had some other coffee, but I ended up drinking that one too. Ooh, there we go. It's blowing blue. It just lit up around the edges. You can see the blue flame there. Ooh, that's hot. Getting hot fast. Let's set our cup on here. Yeah. See down in there. Yeah. All right. We're going to let that do its thing. Put the top on. Ooh, balance. Yeah. It's a flaming. Yeah. Well, we're going to let that heat up and then have our cup of coffee. Oh, my fingers are still cold. Yeah, doing two things at once. Warming my water up from my coffee, and I'm warming up my phalanges. Yeah. All right, that's almost out. I probably used enough. Yeah, it's definitely steaming. That is done. I think it's almost out. I used I used way too much because that was burning for a while. I had to take it off of it and just let it burn down. Now I set it back on there and it's heating back up. But I was using it to get nice and warm. Oh, look at that blue flame. Isn't that cool? So, very happy with the camping blanket. Worked out great all night long. I got to let that water cool down a little bit. But this is the Starbucks coffee that I'm going to put in here. And I got a trash bag right there. Put that down. All right. Well, I'm going to put this coffee in, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Yeah, this wool scarf worked out perfect. Yeah, it did. All right, so here's our cup of coffee. You can see it in there steaming. It looks too hot to drink. Are we gonna burn our lips? Like I said, there's a thick rubber band that goes the whole way around here, so the cup's not hot, or the can's not hot, where that is. That's hot. Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm going to let that cool down for a while, and I'm going to put the lid on, so you can see the lid. So it's got the lid, and it's got a little top on it. It's just got that little bent up there for a little handle. So I'm going to set that on there, and I'm going to let that cool down for a little bit. Our heat source is almost done. Yeah, it's almost out. Well, I'm going to drink this coffee, then I'll start breaking down camp, and I'll see you on the way out. Voila! All right, well, I'm all packed up. You can see that. We got it all cleaned up. It doesn't even look like we're here, kind of like that. You know, that's the way it's supposed to be. All right, remember, it's leave no trace. If you find anything, pack it out with you, because somebody else was irresponsible. All right, well, I think this is a great spot, a great camp. I could hear the highway. That's a busy road out there, but yeah. Well, this was another great one. It's 10 o'clock, it's a little after 10, and it's cloudy. It's gonna be overcast all day long. We did have some rain. I didn't get to film any of the rain sounds this time, but hey, we've done that before, all right? Well, I had a great sleep last night. It's still cold, but the only thing we got left to do is to hike on out of here and think about what we're going to do on the next one, right? All right, so, hey, why don't we cue that music? There it is. All right, so, hey, remember, it's just one adventure at a time. If you can't get out and have your own adventure, keep coming along with me. And I want to say thank you very much for subscribing to this channel. And hey, tell a couple friends, have them come along on a couple adventures as well. All right, well, I'll see you on the next random adventure. Tony 2.0 out.